Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite podcast. It's called Stop the Internet Podcast. I'm your host, Kelly. I thought you were going to speak.
And I'm Erin.
You guys, thanks for listening to our podcast.
I know we have such nice, loyal followers from like everywhere.
Yes.
They always comment. If you are one of those people that just like steady listens to every episode and you actually enjoy this, thank you.
Thank you. Erin, do you have any live updates?
I don't think so.
Neither do I.
It's getting really nice out, so
Yes.
I'm a much happier person.
Yes.
I do have snowmans on my socks today.
Yes. Show the camera. There they are.
Snowmen. I like socks that have prints on them just because they're cute. And I wore socks with turtles on them to work the other day. And my coworker, she is literally the other half of my brain. I love her, but she just like makes fun of me for these things. Like she's like, why would I like your turtle socks? And I'm like, why wouldn't you like my turtle socks?
That's sad.
I mean, she's like literally the best person ever.
How did she see them?
I showed them to her.
Oh, wow. This is riveting. I think we jump right in.
Okay.
Today, I had the idea of doing the topic, it's not that deep, or is it?
Wait, I love that because I literally told Rebecca a story yesterday and I sent her a voice memo and I was like, but it just isn't that deep. And the first thing she replies to me is, you're right, it's not that deep. Like that's what she pulled out of the whole 3-minute voice memo. So this is literally something I do every day. It's just not that deep.
I feel like these situations are going to be like, a lot of them maybe I wouldn't care about, but then when you think deeper into them, you're like, oh, maybe it is deeper than it seems. Or is it?
It shouldn't be.
So we get to vote.
All right.
All right, let's do it. First up. Am I the asshole for hiding my pregnancy and showing up to my sister-in-law's baby shower? I, 23 female and currently 8 months pregnant. We had been keeping it a secret and planned to tell people around this time, but a few months after my pregnancy, my sister-in-law, 26 female, found out that she was pregnant, and then it just felt awkward to announce. We wanted to wait for the right time. I've been married to my husband for only 6 months, but we've been together on and off since we were 14, permanently together since we were 16. When we were 17, we found out I was pregnant and I had complications. I gave birth to my preemie stillborn at 25 weeks. So this pregnancy, we've been extra cautious and secretive. I haven't seen family much these past few months, and I carry small, but as I developed a bump, I've been wearing hoodies and loose clothing. With that, I kind of just looked like I gained weight. We were hesitant on me going. I was just going to send my husband with a gift of mine, but sister-in-law said she really wanted me there. I decided to try my best to hide the bump and go. It was all going well. No one noticed. I mean, I got a few looks, but no one asked me anything. Then about an hour in, I started having cramps that eventually got more aggressive. I told my husband we need to leave and I need to go to the hospital. As we were walking, a sharp pain hit me and I grabbed the picnic table next to me and I almost stumbled over, causing attention to myself. I really thought I was in labor. The pains were getting so intense. People started surrounding us, asking what the matter was, and my husband said, "She's pregnant, guys. She's pregnant. Something's going on. We have to leave." He was panicked himself. He rushed me to the hospital. By the time we got to the hospital, my pains had subsided and they said it was false labor. My husband and I both had angry text messages from sister-in-law and other guests at the party about us hiding the pregnancy, how messed up it was, and how they couldn't believe I showed up pregnant and was secret about it. How I had a baby stunt at someone else's shower. Just got a lot of not nice texts. No one asking if I was all right.
That's absurd.
What?
No one is entitled to anyone else's business.
Yeah.
If you want to keep your pregnancy a secret, you do that. And if you want to show up somewhere now that you're pregnant, you're still allowed to do that.
Yeah.
And if anything, your sister-in-law, your family, these people that are close enough to you to be at a baby shower within your family, they should A, understand what you've been through, B, not be mad at you for it, and C, it's not like you showed up and you were like, "Hi everyone, I'm pregnant." Like you weren't going to say anything until something bad happened to you.
Yeah.
Mind your own effing business. That makes me so
crazy.
mad.
I feel like the sister-in-law is like acting as if OP did this on purpose.
Right.
To like show her up. And it's like, I would get if you were getting married and then on your wedding day, you, like, someone proposed or something.
Right.
Or announced their engagement or something. Because it's like, okay, that's a wedding. Like, you don't need to step on someone's toes. Pregnancy, it's like anyone can be pregnant at the same time.
Right.
Like, you can't
and it's
control,
for so long.
Yeah. And like, you can't control when those things happen to you.
Right.
Whereas you could control announcing like an engagement or like a wedding or something like that. So like, how are you going to get mad over something that she cannot control?
And to say like you kept this a secret and you showed up to the shower, like, yeah, I did keep it a secret because it's none of your effing business. You're allowed to keep things a secret.
Yeah.
And then to be like, and then you showed up, like, was I just supposed to not come to my sister-in-law's baby shower?
Like, they're like, you showed up after keeping it a secret? And it's like, I wasn't going to show up, but you asked me to show up.
This,
and
like,
now you're turning it on me.
This is so annoying because it's like, I'm mad at these people and I would hope that like anyone in my life would never behave like this.
Yeah.
But I also could see like someone somewhere along the line in our family being like, oh, can you believe she did that and didn't tell us?
I feel
and
like people just love drama and they love to assume the worst because it is more fun to talk shit and gossip than it is to be like, oh, well, she's a nice girl and she can't control what happens to her.
Yeah.
Like, that ends a conversation, but it keeps a conversation going when you're like, I bet she did that shit on purpose to get attention.
Right.
And then everyone's like,
she planned that baby shower for her sister-in-law on her due date so that she could go into labor and hope that she would give birth at the shower.
Not even on her due date, a month before her due date.
Like,
just so she could fake labor and grab a table when she was having intense cramps. And then she and her husband planned that he would panic and act like he was so scared. Like,
be like, everyone, she's pregnant. Like, that's how she wanted to announce her pregnancy to your family at your baby shower.
I just feel like if this girl never had a history of like being an attention whore or like making other people's business about herself, and you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if she's never done that in the past, why would they assume that she's doing that now?
Because people assume the worst.
I know.
It's wild.
Like, it's just not that deep. Like, we don't have to assume the worst of everyone every time. Sometimes things just happen.
Yeah. Like, no, it's not that deep. Let her go. Let her live her life. You know, Paris Hilton did this since she used a surrogate. She didn't tell anyone she was having a baby.
Oh, she had a surrogate? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, she had a surrogate. And then she showed up to her mom's house and was like, oh, I have a surprise for you. And left and came back with like something wrapped in a blanket. And the mom's dog had just died and she thought she was giving her a puppy. And she was like, oh, it's my baby. And the mom was like, what?
Wait, I have a story. This is a perfect transition into the next story.
Is this Paris Hilton's story?
I was going to read the top comments, but I'll read the top comment before we move on because people like when we read the top comments. Firstly, congratulations on your pregnancy, and I am glad you and baby are both healthy. That being said, in this instance, yes, the asshole. Okay, let's see what they say. You are 8 months along, can go into labor any day, and it comes out at your sister's baby shower? That is extremely disrespectful. I get why you kept it private in the beginning. You should have told them before the shower and offered to not come if it would be an issue.
No.
Okay, I don't agree with that. I do get that she could have shared it with the sister-in-law and been like, by the way, surprise, I'm 8 months pregnant. If anything happens, I don't want to take attention off of you. But like, you don't expect to go into labor a month early.
Yeah, no, especially not with like your first kid.
Yeah. So I feel like her not thinking that through and being like, but what if I randomly go into labor a month early with, I guess it's not her first pregnancy because she was pregnant in the past, but like, I just feel like it's not
It's also
typical.
been a long time, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not a doctor, so I don't really know what the stats are on people going into labor early, but I do feel like I haven't heard too many cases of that. Like,
I personally have never gone into labor early.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the like minority of that happening.
Yeah,
so is this woman just an asshole because she didn't think that she was going to have... Yeah. Is this woman an asshole because she didn't think all the way through and every single possibility of like, what if I get crazy cramps? What if I go into false labor? What if I think like I need to be rushed to the hospital? Like, just because you don't think every single thing through, does that mean you're an asshole?
No.
I don't think so.
That's infuriating. Like, you can't expect someone to not live their life because they're 8 months pregnant.
Yeah, exactly.
She needs to live her life. She wants to go and support her sister-in-law and be there and give her gifts. Like, don't be mad at her for being pregnant.
And then also, even if she did tell her sister-in-law prior, do you think her sister-in-law would be like, oh, well, then don't come in the slight chance that you go into labor a month early on the day of my shower and take attention away from me, don't come.
In the
Who would be the
hours,
asshole in that situation then?
Yeah, and like a baby shower's like a couple hours on like a Sunday afternoon. Like, come on. You're not thinking like, okay, 3-hour span. Like, I could go into labor in this 3-hour span.
Yeah, you're almost like hoping for the best. You're like, I'm gonna hope that it doesn't happen. And I don't know.
I'm just gonna say it. Like, if you have any negative thoughts about this woman going to this baby shower, keeping it a secret, if you have any negative thoughts about this whole situation, if you have any negative thoughts about this whole situation, grow up.
Yeah.
You need to be educated. Like, move on. Like, these things aren't planned.
I know.
She kept it a secret for a reason. Fucking educate yourself. That's infuriating.
I really feel like if the OP did say to the sister-in-law prior, I'm pregnant, I just want to let you know, and I'm due a month after your shower. If the sister-in-law told her, don't come because if you were to go into labor on the day of my shower, it would take attention away from me, and that's not fair. That story would be on Reddit, and everyone would be calling the sister-in-law an asshole.
Right.
And then if she told the sister-in-law, and the sister-in-law said, that's fine, still come, the same situation would have happened.
Right.
So like, why... Like, I just don't think anyone's the asshole here.
No, the people that are texting her afterwards saying you did this for attention, you shouldn't. Those are the assholes.
I forgot that happened. Yes, those are the assholes. That's
you are the
crazy.
Assholes. And it's now deep because you guys made it deep. Grow up.
Yes, agreed.
It's not that serious. Like, be open-minded about the situation. Infuriating.
Agreed.
Ugh.
Now for my Paris Hilton transition.
That's hot.
I wasn't going to say that's hot. I was going to talk about a dog.
Oh.
This story's funny, but I'm like, is it funny or is it deep?
I don't know.
Okay. Am I the asshole because when my brother and his husband adopted a baby, I asked if they got a dog or a cat?
No, wait. Before you even read the story, I have to say I would have done the same damn thing.
Me too, probably. I don't know.
Read the story.
My brother and his husband recently adopted their son. It was kind of sudden, baby dropped at the fire station sort of situation. I had known they were in the process of adopting, but as far as I knew, they were kind of early on. I don't know anything about the process, so I guess I thought a woman looked through stacks of applicants, picked some family, met with them, and they went to the hospital to get the baby when it was born. Basically, I thought there would be a lot of lead up to them becoming dads, and I would have a heads up. So my brother had called me last night and said, congrats, you're an uncle, you have a little nephew. And I reflexively just said, oh, nice, did you get a dog or a cat? My brother was silent for a bit, and I was thinking, that's not a hard question. And he finally says, a human baby. We adopted a baby boy. And I was like, shit, sorry, that was fast. My mom was absolutely horrified at this story, and I've been deemed the biggest family asshole this year over it. My brother doesn't seem mad. His husband seems to be very annoyed with me. No one understands why I would ask that. So, I mean, I don't know. Am I the asshole here? Aww. I'm not neurotypical, so it's hard for me to know if maybe they're teasing me and not actually that mad. However, if this situation needs a real sit-down kind of apology for me being a major asshole, then I want to do that.
Aww, OP. I feel like OP's just like innocent.
What? Like, this is not that deep.
Yeah, this is not that deep. Like, I feel like if your brother is not that mad, that's really what matters.
Yeah.
If the brother-in-law, like your brother's husband, is really upset, then sit them down and say, like, I really am sorry. Like, I am at a different point in my life where I would have thought that. This is like that thing where it's like, at what age when your friends tell you they're pregnant, do you say like, oh crap, what are we gonna do? Or congratulations.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's really what the situation is. If someone in my life told me like, oh, like, you're an uncle, if you told me right now
you're an uncle,
I'm an uncle, I would be like, shit, what do we do?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be an uncle.
Yeah. What? I feel like this is one of those things where sometimes like your first thought is just like goofy or is just like not
innocent.
It's just innocent. Like, why is it rude if the guy just his first thought was like, oh, I guess they got a dog? Like, why is that rude?
Yeah, it's not. And like, why would you?
How can
it's
that be
funny,
rude?
First of all, for most people, and like for your mom to be horrified. Like, okay, maybe like as a mom, it's like, oh my god, my son said that, or my daughter said that, or yeah, no, it's a son because they said you're an uncle. If as a mom, be like, oh my god, I can't believe my son said that. Like, okay, like I get how moms can be, but like, who's like the whole family to be like, oh, this asshole. Like, come on.
And he has good reasoning too, because he's like, I knew they were going to adopt, but the adoption process is typically long. Also, this guy, he's not an expert on the adoption process. Right. And he said, in my mind, I just assumed that the process took longer. So we're just going to call this guy an asshole because he didn't understand how the adoption process works for human children. Like, I don't know how it works.
His brother and brother-in-law were able to get a baby like that.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
And then we're going to call him an asshole because he's like, oh, maybe they got a dog or a cat. Like, why would that make you an asshole?
And just like to just get a text or a call saying like, congrats, you're an uncle. It's not like they got a picture or something.
Yeah.
You know, like, or like they showed up to the house and they were like, this is our baby. And you were like, what is it?
Yeah.
No, like they just said you're an uncle and you'd be like, oh my God. If Kelly called me right now and said like, you're an aunt, I would be like, oh my God. I would immediately think she got a Dalmatian. Like I would literally be like, I have a baby Dalmatian niece or nephew. I don't know. Like I think that if anyone in this family is actually upset, the only people who have a right to be upset are the brother and brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And if those people are upset, sit them down and just be like, I am naive. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's what he wants to do, I guess. So
and then say that. And they really should be able to get over it. Like, come on. Crazy. And if anyone else in the family is mad, frick them because they have no business putting their nose where it doesn't belong.
The top comment is, not the asshole, ain't going to lie. I laughed pretty hard.
Yeah.
Me too. People just are, if they're actually mad, people are just looking for drama. Like, This is not deep at all. The guy thought his brother got a dog. Like, and then his brother's like, no, we successfully adopted the baby that we've been hoping for. And then the brother's like, oh my God, amazing, congrats. I can't believe I thought you meant a dog. And that's it. It's not that deep.
Yeah. Oh my God.
People are crazy. Was Paris Hilton's mom mad?
I don't know. I think she was just caught off guard because she thought Paris was getting her a baby. The real issue here is that...
she thought Paris was getting her a dog.
Correct. Yeah. She thought Paris was getting her a dog, not a baby. And she showed up with a granddaughter or son. I don't know if it's a boy or girl.
I feel like that's crazy. Like, imagine not telling your mom, if you're close with her, that you're not having a baby, and then you just walk in one day with this life-changing
Well,
thing.
She probably didn't tell her that she wasn't having a baby. She just didn't tell her that she was. Like, it's not like her mom sat her down and was like, are you having a baby? And she was like, no.
Yeah, but I feel like you don't have to clarify that you're not having a baby. Like, at least for me, I am not having a baby until I tell you I am. Like, you can just all assume that unless I tell you I am, I'm not. So why would her mom have asked her that?
Yeah,
like,
but I know. But you said that she told her that she's not having a baby. She didn't tell her she wasn't having a baby. She just didn't tell her that she was having a baby.
I feel like
she wanted to surprise her. I don't know.
I feel like, though, you surprise someone, if they're very close to you, it's more typical that you would surprise someone with, you know, tickets to their favorite concert or a dog if they want a dog or a dinner, not a literal human. Like, your life changes forever when you have a baby or a granddaughter or whatever, if you're close with the person.
Maybe. I mean,
that's just crazy.
To each their own, you know?
If someone is close to me in my life, I'm going to ask them to not surprise me with a baby. I feel like that takes mental preparation and a little bit of like a life change if I'm close to that person, because I want to be there for the baby. Like, now how is her mom going to I don't know.
I mean, I definitely have some people in my life that I'm very close to that have babies, and like, it's a surprise no matter when you find out. It's a surprise when you find out that they're pregnant.
Right.
But when the baby's still coming.
But when they're pregnant, your life, I guess the pregnant person's life does change, but all of their friends' lives don't automatically change. Whereas, like, if you had a baby tomorrow, my life would change because I'm like, oh my God, I now want to devote so much time and energy to this little baby. But if you got pregnant today, I would have like 9 months to prepare like how I'm going to be a good family member to the baby, you know?
True.
I feel like just spring your baby on someone, like, holy shit. Whatever. Yeah, not the asshole.
If anyone's going to spring any adoptions on me, let's make it a dog.
Yeah, true. This one's interesting. Am I the asshole for telling my husband that if he walks his ex down the aisle at a friend's wedding, I won't go? One of my husband's best friends is getting married in a month. Both he and his ex were asked to be in their respective bridal parties. His ex and him share a child, and him and I share a child. While I don't have an issue with them being in the bridal party together, I do have an issue with them being paired to walk down the aisle. They could easily switch up who walks with who, but for some reason they seem adamant on having them walk together. Everyone in the bridal party are all old friends and often talk about times that he and his ex were together fondly. I do not like that. To me, it seems like a calculated decision. Not only does it seem unnecessary to have them walk together, but it seems inconsiderate. Am I the asshole for saying that if they are to walk together, I won't attend the wedding? To add, no, they are not maid of honor and best man. My husband has voiced to me that he doesn't feel comfortable walking with her, but doesn't want to add to the bride and groom's wedding stress.
Oh, come on. Well, so here, I was in a wedding with an ex. I was a bridesmaid.
The tea.
And an ex of mine was a groomsman.
Mm-hmm.
I would bet my life that it never even crossed the bride or groom's minds to be like, Erin and boy will walk together.
Yeah.
I would literally bet my life that it didn't even cross their minds.
And why did it cross their minds? Because they respect you.
Because they're normal people. This is toxic.
They respect you, and they respect your current partner if you had one at the time.
Yeah.
And his current partner if he had one at the time.
Yeah.
And they're not looking for trouble.
Yeah, this is straight toxic. I can understand where he's coming from to say, like, he doesn't want to add to their plate to ask them to switch it. But come on. It literally, it's not like you're changing a seating arrangement.
I know.
This
also,
is so dumb.
Who you walked on the aisle with literally does not matter on the wedding day. Well, that's why I was like, is it that deep? Because on one hand, who you walk down the aisle with does not matter. Like, I was in my cousin's wedding, and the two people that I walked down the aisle with, I remember one of their names. And one of them, I literally don't know his name. Mm-hmm. And then I've never talked to them again.
I guess
so,
the only thing is that, like, you know, you get pictures with this person. Like, so this wedding that I was in, I ended up walking with the bride's brother.
Okay.
And it was cool because, like, I have known her brother since he was, like, much younger. And I remember her telling me, like, you're going to walk with my brother because you're probably one of the only people he feels comfortable with because he's very, like, shy and quiet. And I have, like, pictures doing our, like, reception entrance. And it was, like, fun. And, like, it's, like, us laughing. It's, like, me and my friend's brother. And it's like, you're gonna do this like fun entrance at the reception with your ex that you share a kid with. And like,
I forgot about the reception. I was just thinking ceremony because like, you don't even talk to them during that time.
But even during the ceremony, like, someone's still gonna take a picture of you two walking down the aisle together, and you both look your best. You're both dressed to the nines. You have your hair and makeup done. Like,
but I still feel like that's not that deep.
It's not that deep. But if it like even slightly is like uncomfortable, like, why would you make them do that? Like, why would it even cross your mind to be like, these two people should, unless you literally have one maid of honor and one bridesmaid.
Yeah.
And it's just like, sorry that it just has to be this way because there's only two people.
Right.
You can very easily switch two people. I don't care if it means just like swapping at the altar for height order or something.
Yeah.
Like, come on. It is the idea. You're right. The idea of walking down the aisle together is not that deep. But if they were to ask you to switch it, it is really not that deep to switch it. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, that's a good point. Come on, just switch it.
Yes, you're right. It's like walking down the aisle isn't deep, so switching it isn't deep either. You're right. Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
And if you respect the person, just switch it.
It makes me mad that they often talk about times that they were together fondly and then they're doing this.
That's what I'm saying is toxic.
I get, though, that they've all been friends for a while and these two people share a child together. So, like, of course they're going to talk fondly about the time that they spent together. They have a child. Like, obviously something good came out of that time.
And you're allowed to speak fondly of your memories.
Yeah, exactly. But that paired with, like, this, just something seems weird. I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't like that at all.
But OP is asking, is she an asshole for telling her husband that if he does it, she won't go to the wedding?
I think she might be pushing it a little bit by saying, I'm not going to the wedding. But I can see where she's coming from if she listens to them talk about this great couple all the time. And now we're putting this couple together in a performance. Mm-hmm. That's a little toxic to OP. So, like, do I think she might be pushing it a little bit, saying, I'm not going? Maybe. But, like, it also isn't, she's certainly not an asshole to be like to the husband, if you love me, you're going to tell them we need to try to switch this.
Yeah, true. I feel like it wouldn't be rude to the husband to be like, guys, this is weird. Like, can we all agree that this is weird? And then the bride and groom should be able to be like, oh, okay, if it makes you uncomfortable, I'm going to do this to make you more comfortable.
And
like,
I'm sorry,
it's
but
so easy.
If you're in the wedding wedding, you are close enough to the bride and groom to say something.
Yeah.
Unless they just got randos in their bridal party.
Exactly.
No, you should be close enough to these people to be comfortable enough to say something.
Yeah. And I feel like when it comes to wedding stuff, especially, or like asking your friends or your family like for favors in these stories, a lot of the comments tend to be like, why are you entitled to think that you could ask that? Like there was this one story on a past episode where a sister had a really emotional connection with a song, and then her sister was getting married, and she was like, am I the asshole for asking her to switch the song? And I don't remember what the top comments were, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, you're not entitled to tell her what song you want her to dance to, or like something like that. But it's like, you're sisters. Like you're allowed to ask your sister straight up, can you just not? Like if I was getting married and you came to me and you were like, can you not dance this song? It's the one thing that means something to me, and you don't even have an emotional connection with it. And like, just be freaking for real. Like, can you just do this one thing for me? I'd be like, yeah, we're sisters. That's what people, that's what family who is supportive and cares about each other does for each other. Yeah. So like this guy asking his friend who's getting married, dude, can you please not put me with my ex? I'm sure some people would be like, you're not entitled to ask the groom for anything. And it's like, you're not entitled just because you ask. Right. Yeah, like just because you ask the groom to do something for you.
Because
like,
something makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, like
it's not
friends.
even like you're showing up and you're like demanding another +1, or your kid come to the wedding, or like some crazy thing that even affects them. Like you're saying, I'm uncomfortable doing something. And like, what it comes down to is you are friends. You are allowed to go to your close friend. Yeah. If I am ever, any wedding that I'm in my lifetime, it's because I am close with that person and I love and respect that person. And I would hope that they would hear me out if something made me uncomfortable. Exactly. And I know for a fact that whoever's in my wedding someday, if I ever have a wedding, I know for a fact that I want these people to come to me if there's an issue. Yeah. Don't come to me about being entitled. If you really do feel entitled to something, then just... You don't need to be a bridesmaid. I don't care. But if it's like an issue and you're just coming to me as a friend, that's what friends do.
I know. That's why it makes me sad when I read the comments that are like, your friend doesn't owe you shit. And it's like, yeah, you're right. They don't. But you're still allowed to ask your friend for a favor, and it doesn't make you an asshole if you ask your friend for a favor. And it doesn't make you entitled if your friend does the favor for you.
Right. Like,
why is that a bad thing?
For? That's what friends are for.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to read the top comment, but keep going.
I don't think she's an asshole for saying, can we try to fix things? Maybe saying, you know what, if this doesn't change, I'm not going, is pushing it a little bit. Like maybe you're just going to then add to this drama of them wanting your significant other to be with their ex. Like maybe you don't want to play into the drama, but I do think that like you have every right to say, I wish things were different in the situation.
I feel like it gets complicated when if she went to her husband and she's like, I don't want to go if you're walking with his ex. I feel like the only thing that the husband could do is ask for them to be switched. Mm-hmm. And if the bride and groom say no, it's like the only other thing for the groom to do to make the wife happy would be to drop out of the wedding. Right. And in that sense, I think that's like too much. Yeah. So I feel like the better solution or the better thing for this OP to do is ask her husband, can you make it a point to ask them? Yeah.
And if they tell them why it's so important to them.
And if they really, really deny you, I'm not going to like it, but I'm going to appreciate that my husband did the right thing. Yeah. It's
and
just like
honestly,
so hard
down the road, if the couple getting married is like so firm on you will be with your ex for this event, then you keep that in the back of your mind when you have this couple in your life, you know, around your kids and in your personal business. Just keep that in mind because you know where they stand. Yeah. But you can't hold it against your husband. And like, then you really, I guess, are going to be the drama if you don't go to the wedding.
I know.
Because as sad as it is, they're going to make this about you.
Yeah, literally. They would. Because if they refuse to switch the husband and the ex, that I feel like would show that the type of people that love drama, and they're going to turn on her.
Yeah, and if you don't show up, then now it's you're being dramatic and petty for not showing up to the wedding.
Yeah, so that's a good point.
Be the bigger person. I mean, definitely get your husband to try, not just like, hey, can we switch? No. Tell them why you want to switch and why it means something to you. And as a friend, this is what would make you and your significant other comfortable, and see what happens. And then really, the husband, if they say, no, we're not switching, he should keep that in mind too.
Yeah, he should be like, why? Like,
but yeah, if they don't switch, be the bigger person and like show up and look hot. But just know what kind of people they are.
If they don't switch, you should show up in a white dress. Just kidding. You should just wear a wedding dress and be like, you want drama? Let's have drama.
Yeah. You're making my husband choose between me and his ex. Who do you think he's going to choose now?
Yeah. Most of the comments were not the asshole. They agreed with us.
She's not the asshole. She's not an asshole. I don't think she should not go to the wedding, but I don't think she's being an asshole.
Yeah.
You're okay, OP. Be the bigger person.
Let's do another ex. Let's see if this is deep. My 34 female friend, 34 female, texted me her bachelorette would be in my town and that I'm not invited. Why even tell me? I have a group of friends from high school that I stayed in touch with during college and our 20s. Since the pandemic, we haven't talked as much because they all moved to separate smaller cities in the past year. One of them is having a bachelorette party in the city that I live in. I didn't know about the party, but she reached out to me to let me know they'd all be in town for the bachelorette and that they wouldn't have time to see me. This felt very harsh because I didn't even know about the bachelorette party or them being in town. I would have preferred either remaining in the dark or, if you were going to reach out, inviting me for a small happy hour, cocktail hour, or brunch. What's going on here? We're all adults, and that felt really rude and unnecessary.
This is tough.
I think I have an unpopular opinion on this.
I think I do too.
Oh, do you want to go first or should I?
I'll go. I think that the bride kind of might have done the right thing.
I think so too.
Yeah. I mean, and I know this has happened in many, not this exact situation, but similar things where you go to someone's town and then they get mad that you didn't hit them up. And it's like, I didn't have time.
Yeah.
I'm doing the best I can, you know? Yeah. For one example, we have a house at the Jersey Shore, and every now and then people that I know are on vacation there, and I see on Instagram or Facebook that they were there, and it's like, I don't get mad at them for not reaching out to me, even though I'm there all summer, right? Because they're only there for a week or whatever with their family.
Yeah, exactly.
And they don't have time to come see me. I understand why they don't reach out to me, but I can see how someone in my situation would be like, why didn't you reach out to me if you're in my town?
Exactly.
She was doing the preventative thing by saying, I'm going to be in your town and I want to let you know that I just don't have time to see you and I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I think she did the right thing too, because I think if the bride made the opposite decision and didn't tell her, she would obviously find out. She would see it on social media. Like,
absolutely.
You're not going to remain in the dark forever. And then she would be like, oh, cool. They came to my town for her bachelorette and didn't even tell me.
Exactly.
But it's like, she wasn't going to see you regardless. So like, if you knew or if you didn't know, she wasn't going to see you. Right. So I agree that the right thing to do would be to tell her.
I agree. Yeah. If you are going to someone's town, whether or not you're going to see them, this is about the bride and the bachelorette party.
Right.
To say like, oh, well, you could have just invited me to one happy hour. Like, no,
it's for her bridesmaids.
It's her event with specific people that were planned to be there. Just because it's a town that you live in now,
right?
It's just because you live there, you're entitled to being invited to a happy hour. No,
or you should just not. Because like you wouldn't be there if it wasn't in your town.
Exactly.
So just because it's in your town, why would you be there?
Exactly. And I do have the thought process that I do have friends from high school who I'm not close enough with to invite to my bachelorette party. However, they live in towns where I would go to a bachelorette party.
Right.
I do have friends, say in like New York City, Nashville, Miami,
like Sedona,
like
Arizona,
Austin.
Like,
those, like,
I
have friends in all of these bachelorette towns that
damn popular.
No, like from high school, like people and college, people move to these towns. I have friends that live in all these towns, and there are some that I would say, hey, I'm gonna be in town for my bachelorette, no pressure, because I know bachelorettes are a big thing. If you want to come out for an event here or there, I would totally love. But at the same time, like if you want it to just be about you and your close-knit party, you're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
And she did the right thing by saying, like, I just want to let you know we're gonna be in town, we don't have time to see you and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Period.
I know. I wonder if she said sorry though. Like I wonder if maybe the bride worded it in a
you're not invited.
Yeah, in like a weird way where she didn't mean to say it like that, but it just came off as that.
And that's why she's questioning it.
Yeah, because she said, the friend said they'd all be in town for the bachelorette and they wouldn't have time to see me. So did she say sorry?
Right.
I feel like she should have said sorry, but I still think she did the right thing. I don't know.
I think she did the right thing too. Maybe she could have done it better, and if OP's upset about how things were said, she can ask them like, hey, like I just wish you would have, clarified. I don't know. She did the right thing.
Most of the top comments are, best thing you can do is leave her on red or react with a thumbs up. Pisses people off to no end. Double down. Hey, sorry, who is this? Like, no.
We don't need to be petty.
Why do we have to be
being
so
adults?
petty? Like, I don't know. I don't think this girl, I mean, it's possible that this was the reason, but I don't think this girl came to her friend and was like, by the way, I'm going to be in your town, but I don't have time to see you. Haha. Like,
yeah, like you're not invited.
Yeah, like I really don't think it was that deep.
No, yeah, this is the definition of it's not that deep. Let's not get petty. Like, you can thumbs up it and just be like, hey, that's cool. Like, have fun. If you need recommendations.
Yeah.
Be a adult.
Also, like, why do you think that you would be invited just because you're friends with her? Like, I have a lot of friends that I'm not going to go to their bachelorette party and they're probably not going to come to mine.
Agreed.
Am I going to get offended that they don't invite me? No. Like, I don't have to go to every single person that I know's bachelorette party.
Yeah.
Or every single person that I was friends with in high school. If they have a bachelorette party, like, why would I just think that I am going to go to that?
Yeah. And like, if you have your bachelorette party in Philly and you don't invite us, but you want to make it a point to be like, hey, I'm going to be in Philly. I'm really sorry. Or, you know, I just don't have time to see you.
Yeah.
That's cool. Let us know. Like,
I just don't think that's like that
I'm going to
deep.
find out that you were here. And it's cool that you let me know ahead of time why I didn't see you.
Right. There's another top comment that says, that's just because the girl is a bitch and also not your friend.
No.
You have different levels of friendship. Like, it is okay to have friends that you're close enough with them to go to their bachelorette. And it's okay to have friends that they have a different group of friends that would be in their bachelorette.
Right.
That doesn't make them a bitch and it doesn't make them not your friend.
Yeah, this is, I mean,
it's just weird.
We do have the unpopular opinion, but I also think that we're adults. We're not going to go be petty on Reddit and be like the comment, leave them on red. It pisses them off. Like, how many times today am I going to say grow up? Let's grow up.
It's not that deep.
It's
not that deep that just because you're friends with someone doesn't, like, it's just not that deep.
No, period. Not that deep.
I love when we have the opposite opinion of all the top comments because I'm like, you all are out of line.
Are we going to get ripped apart for this?
No, I feel like, I also feel like maybe another thing is two theories. One is that the comments just feed off each other.
Absolutely.
So if they're like, oh, I don't really have an opinion, and then they see the top comment and they're like, yeah, she is a bitch.
That's why when you asked who should give their opinion first, I was like, I want to go first.
Yeah. But I also think that we have really healthy friendships.
Yeah.
And maybe if there were people in my life that I considered a friend, but I was like, I don't know, I had some sort of low-key resentment towards them or felt like I was going to get onto their bachelorette, but then I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I would care more or maybe I would think differently, but I just think that it's okay to have different level of friends. And also, like, sometimes your friends can hang out with this group and it's okay if you're not invited. That doesn't mean they're rude. Like, I have lots of different friends that have lots of different shit going on. Some of my friends are in a book club. Some of my friends go on runs together. And if I'm not invited to every book club, to every run, to every single happy hour, am I going to sit around and be like, well, you're a bitch?
Yeah.
No, you're allowed to hang out with different friends in different settings and not invite every single person you've ever met. Like, it's okay. That doesn't make you a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Not that deep.
No, not that deep.
This one's funny. So this post was deleted because I think OP came to his senses, but I'm going to read the text.
Oh my God.
26 male, my girlfriend, 31 female, fell silent when I asked if she'd sleep with my older brother if it also meant that I would never leave.
Oh my God.
I must be paranoid or going crazy, but I woke up and I had a dream where my girlfriend lusted for my older brother. I woke up that same morning next to my girlfriend and asked her a series of questions. The first one was, would you date my brother? She replied, if I got to know him. I asked if she would sleep with him after, and she said, is this hypothetical? I said, real life. Later on, I told her, what if you could sleep with him and I would never leave? And there was just silence. I asked again, and she said, no, I wouldn't. Anyways, I must be insane, but I don't know what to do. It's my freaking dream, and her responses weren't responses I really enjoyed. I wish she'd said no instantly, or wish she said never in a million. How should I respond or react to this? What should I say to her? What should I say? Honestly, I might just delete this and not overthink stuff like this.
Yeah, delete it and don't overthink it, please. Oh my God.
Sometimes I feel like OP, he just had a moment of weakness and he realized, like, quite literally after he wrote it all out, that he's probably just overthinking. But sometimes I feel like we play these like goofy games with our partners or our friends. And it's like, oh, well, if we never met, like, would you like my brother or whatever the fuck. And it's like, if you're gonna be offended by the answer of this hypothetical situation that isn't happening and it never will happen, just don't ask it.
Yeah, no, it's like the
Why do
it's
you
like when you ask your significant other, like, would you still love me if I was a pillow?
Yeah, but then
Would you
actually
still love
get
me
mad
if I was a ladybug?
Yeah, like actually get mad if the answer isn't what you wanted to hear.
Right. Like, would you still love me if I was a piece of celery?
Yeah.
Like, no, I wouldn't.
So basically you asked your girlfriend, like, if it would mean that I would never leave you. So basically you're asking if you could guarantee for the rest of our lives we will be together, would you do this one like crazy thing? And it's like, it's almost a compliment that she would say yes, right?
That's right. So that's what I was gonna say. That's a double standard because it's like, yes.
I know. That's
I
what
would
I
do
mean.
it if it means that the love of my life is never gonna leave me.
Exactly.
I'll do anything.
Exactly.
I'll do literally anything. And then, so when I say yes, you're gonna dump me because I said I would sleep with your brother?
Yeah.
You know what this reminds me of? That we always like, Kelly and I get made fun of at the bar because we're always just like, let's play a game. And one that we often do is Would You Rather? That one scenario where it's like, you can have $1 billion and endless money and do anything you want for the rest of your life. But there is a snail that is always following you. And if it touches you, you die. Do you want the money?
Yeah. And then the stipulations are, you guys can answer this in the comments. The stipulations are, the snail does move at a snail's pace, but you never know where it is.
Oh, I didn't know that you never knew where it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you just got to time how long it takes a snail to go however many miles. And you just hop continents every...
But the thing
week.
Is, a snail can board a plane. Maybe. Who knows? This is this is a crazy world.
I didn't even think about that. I thought the snail was crossing ocean beds.
A snail could slither onto a plane, but you don't know if it's
on
going
the
to.
plane.
Maybe it won't, maybe it will. You don't know that.
Oh, I didn't know this was part of it.
You get $10 million. Is that worth it? Is that $10 million worth the not knowing?
I didn't know that you never knew where the snail was, because if you're stuck on a 17-hour flight and the snail is coming for you,
right,
you're screwed.
I guess if you were to see the snail like creeping up to you, you would know where it is. But you can't be like, oh, let me check the GPS I have on the snail. Like, I feel like that's, of course, anyone would accept those odds.
But if the snail's creeping up to you on a plane, what do you do?
That's why it's a would you rather. Would you take the chance of having to be on a flight with a snail that if it touched you, it will kill you? And it doesn't stop moving.
It never sleeps.
It doesn't sleep. You can't kill it. It's always going to be alive and moving towards you at a snail's pace if you're alive.
Yeah, so I don't know. Would you sleep with my brother if it means I would never leave you?
Yeah, it's like one of those crazy things. I just feel like don't ask, don't play these hypothetical games if you're going to be upset over the answer.
With any answer.
Yeah, like when you play these hypothetical would you rathers, they're lighthearted.
To be just that,
they're not real. And then also just remember that none of this is real. You had a dream. Dreams aren't real. Dreams don't mean shit. Unless it's like an anxiety dream that you have constantly. Like that means something about yourself. So like your girlfriend's actions in your dreams, that only means something to you. Maybe that means that you're slightly jealous of your brother, or he has something that you want, or he has a quality that you think your girlfriend might be attracted to. Maybe you're feeling a tad bit insecure in your relationship, or maybe you're just deep in your subconscious and the human mind is fucking weird and it means nothing. But it really, really means nothing to your girlfriend.
Right. This is even worse than those situations where men are always like, my girlfriend dreamed that I cheated on her and now she's mad at me.
Right.
Like this is worse than that.
Yeah.
Because he's now asking her.
Yeah.
Like, what would you do? And either answer is incorrect. Like,
yeah.
No, come on, buddy. It's not that deep.
It's not that deep.
It's a dream.
I was proud of him for deleting it.
Yeah. Yeah. If there's anything that's deep, would you take $10 million to have a snail coming to kill you? That's the important
Ask
question.
her that.
That's a good takeaway.
The top comment was, you asked her creepy questions and weren't happy with her responses. How can one answer these questions satisfactory? I can picture it. Upon waking, your boyfriend asks you if you'd sleep with his brother. WTF? Like, that's so true.
Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
So true. And if you look for trouble, you're going to find it. Even if it's not there. Yeah. That was deep. That one made me laugh.
That's absurd.
I know. Okay, let's see. Is this one deep, Erin? Am I the asshole for refusing to call my sister by a different name? So, a few months ago, my 17 female sister, 16 female, told me she would like to use a different name than her birth name. For the sake of this post, the name she wants to have is Daisy. My sister gave me 3 reasons. First, she dislikes her original name because it is spelled weird. it is spelt normally. Second, her original name is made fun of online because it is a basic white girl name. We are white. And lastly, her boyfriend did not like that her name was the same as his sister, and this made him uncomfortable. So she wishes to change it because of him. She told me this, and I, hopefully understandably, refused because those are absurd reasons to change your name. And changing your name for a boy, that is beyond me.
No.
Now, context for the next part. I myself am queer. I am a lesbian and I use she, they pronouns. The thing is, my sister is not queer. If she was, say, trans, I would not have a problem with her wanting to change her name. In fact, I would support it. However, that is not the case here. I've spoken to my family and close friends, and they all agree with me that her reasons to be called Daisy are, for lack of a better word, stupid. However, she is convinced that I am evil, even though I have apologized and explained why. More so, she has been telling my friends lies about me at our school to get people to hate me. Someone has even gone so far to claim that I am homophobic for not calling her Daisy, but she isn't changing her name for a gender-related reason, which she's not even gay. She's a boyfriend. What? Or if she might be bi, but what? So, am I the asshole? No, most people call her by her original name, not Daisy.
Wait,
Wait, but how would this be homophobic? She's not.
Wait, you're telling that someone in the LGBTQIA community who is not helping someone who's in the straight community, they're the homophobic ones?
Yeah, wait, what? This has nothing to do with homophobia. This would be like if I wanted to change my name, I do not identify as part of that community, and then people would be like, you're homophobic. No, you're not. I'm not gay. I'm changing. In fact, I'm so far from gay that I want to change my name to please my boyfriend. What? My straight boyfriend. How would this be homophobic? In what world? Are we missing something?
I don't know. Something? Like, maybe we are missing something.
She doesn't want to change her name because of her identity. She wants to change her name because she simply doesn't like the spelling. It's basic, which, like, what name? I mean, most names are basic. Like, Kelly, Erin, Jessica, Marie. Like, those names are just common names. That doesn't mean they're bad.
Right.
Like, but I get, like, the reasoning. Some people do just change their name in life. Like, that's a legal thing you can do. But I think
it's her reasoning that's stupid, period.
Right, that's true. But it's like, if she wants to be called that, who gets to decide the reasoning, though? But it's like, but if I came to you and I was like, it would genuinely make me happier to go by a different name, who is everyone else to be like, well, that's a stupid reason, so I'm not going to do it.
Right.
Like, that is rude.
The difference, well, I guess for OP, the difference is like, there's kind of a double standard here because we always say, like, for relationships, you can break up with someone for no reason. Like, we're not allowed to judge people's reasoning. I do think that if she's still in school, she's young enough, this person, for a boy to be like, I don't like your name, you're young, you're changing your name for a boy when you're still in school. You're probably too young to be making this decision.
Agreed.
However, we're not allowed to be mad at people's reasoning for these things.
Right. So now I'm like,
I think it's just irritating to think that, how young she is and she's doing this for a boy.
I almost think the issue is that, like, I almost feel like OP is sticking up for her sister in a way that the sister doesn't yet understand. So it is possible that the sister wants to change her name just from reasons that come from her own heart and, like, her own truth.
Right.
But she's outwardly telling her family members, I want to change my name because the guy that I'm dating at 17 years old doesn't like it. Right. I feel like it would be the good thing to do to go to your sister and be like, you shouldn't be changing for a man that you are dating at 17.
Agreed.
Like, this guy is trying to change you. That's not who you truly are.
That's a problem, yeah.
So if the genuine reason that she wants to change her name is because her boyfriend doesn't like it, I think that OP is doing the right thing, because it's almost like you're slapping some sense into your sister.
Yeah.
And you're like, you don't want to hear this, but I'm going to give you tough love.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be changing yourself for a guy. A guy should love you for who you are.
I just feel bad for OP. Yeah. Regardless of the situation, no matter who is in the right and who is in the wrong, people are attacking OP right now.
I know, that doesn't seem right.
This should be between OP and her sister. Like, this is really no one's business. And now you're, like, going around school calling her names, saying she's homophobic. Like, that's a strong thing to call someone.
Yeah. I just don't even get where that came from, though, because she's not changing her name for any reasons that involve like your identity.
That just sounds like something where they were like, we need to call her a name, and we're gonna think of a horrible thing to call her, because homophobic is a horrible thing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna think of a horrible thing to call her, and this is what we're gonna call her.
Yeah. There was a few edits. She said, please stop calling me homophobic in the comments. I agree now that I am most likely the asshole, but that does not give you the right to berate me. How is that homophobic? I don't get that. The girl's not trans, nor is she queer.
I'm
from what we know. From what we know.
From what we read in that story, I am missing the point. That this is anti-LGBTQIA alliance. Like, that's what I'm just missing that point.
Edit 2. I've decided to apologize to my sister as she deserves one, and I will try to have a talk with her. She may not listen to me. I agree I should respect her autonomy and will be calling her by her name. Okay. I do want to say, as I should have mentioned it, I would have called her it to begin with if she had not mentioned the boyfriend thing.
Okay.
That, I feel... I agree with her.
I'm on OP's side here.
Yes, I agree. Changing your identity for a boy makes me concerned for her. Agreed. But I agree it is not my life, and I will encourage my family to call her Daisy as well. Wow, that's very nice.
Yeah.
Last edit. I've apologized to my sister, and yes, I am the asshole. I've agreed to call her Daisy. This was not to make you guys happy. Not sure why you'd think that, but because I genuinely love my sister, as she is my only family. Again, thank you, everyone. I hope everyone has a happy holiday.
I'm so sad that this OP got ripped apart in the comments, too, because, like we said, I really feel that she was giving tough love.
The top comment is, Jesus Christ, I'd at least expect an LBGT plus person to understand what it'd feel like to be your sister. It's not a big deal. It's a name. If she prefers the new one, go with it. It doesn't affect you in the slightest. As her sister, you should be the person to stand by her in this situation, as I expect her parents to probably be just as unsupportive as you currently are. Yes, the asshole. But she's not refusing to call her it because she's in the LGBT community. Like, that doesn't...
She's refusing to call her it because a boy told her to change her name at a young age.
Yes.
You don't do...
How did no one else put that together?
Right. Like, when you're 15 and someone tells you they love you, you're going to believe them. This is just like, she's too young to be making decisions based on someone else in her life, period. Whether it's your name, whether it's where you're going in life, whether it's what you're going to do with your life. If you're making these decisions strictly based on a boy that you're dating.
That's so sad. It makes me sad that no one else was like, oh, the girl wants to change her name because she feels it's basic because a guy told her it was, basically. Like, that's so fricked. No. Shouldn't we be like, who the fuck cares what a straight man says to you? I just feel like the homophobic comments don't make sense in this situation.
Yeah, I do wonder if there's something else along the lines that we might have missed. Like a point that we missed or was edited somewhere. I don't know.
If we missed something and any listeners are seeing what we're not seeing, please tell us. But like, I don't know.
Regardless, what I really do think is that this was just like, oh, that's a bad label. We're going to slap it on them.
Yeah.
Just to like make her, like make it a point that she's in the wrong. I don't know.
If the only reason, I completely agree with everything OP said. If her sister came to her and gave her the reasons, I don't feel comfortable with this name, I relate more to this other name.
Period.
Then she would have done it. And that's what OP said she would have done. Yeah. But it's just the reasoning.
Yes, I agree.
I respect OP. Unless I'm missing something, but from the information I have, I respect her. Especially her edits.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Period.
Should we do one or two more?
Let's do one more.
Okay. One more. I, 22 female, feel like everyone wants my boyfriend, 22 male, to get back with his ex, 22 female. I, female 22, started dating my boyfriend, Kevin, 22 male, 6 months ago. I'm not his first girlfriend and I'm okay with that, but I don't know how to feel about his first girlfriend, Amy, 22 female. Kevin and Amy started dating when they were 15 and they were together until they were 18.
Oh my God, I know Kevin and Amy.
Oh, wait, really?
No.
Oh, I just got so scared. I looked all around when you gasped. Kevin and Amy started dating when they were 15 and were together until they were 18. They were typical high school sweethearts who everyone told would be together forever. I went to high school with both of them, so I know Amy. She was a beautiful, funny, athletic blonde and still is. They were both part of the same friendship group, and the group all thought they were a perfect match. This friendship group ended up being one of those groups where they all decide they're friends for life. So Kevin is still friends with them and they talk all the time. And I've hung out with them a few times, including Amy. I don't think Kevin wants to get back with Amy, and I know Amy well enough to know that she doesn't want to get back with Kevin, but they're still close, and he's close with the other girls in the group as well. His friends, however, seem very pro-Amy. I hear them talk to Kevin about how Amy is single and makes jokes about, when are you dumping OP and getting back with Amy? But laugh and assure me that they're joking.
It's giving like pairing someone with their ex to walk down the aisle at the wedding.
Yup. Every time I've seen them or heard them talking, there's always a Kevin and Amy joke. When I met his parents, they slipped up. Gosh darn it. They slipped up a few times and called me Amy. Never any other girl's name, always Amy. When I met one of his more distant relatives, they asked him, is this the famous Amy? God damn, come on, you guys.
This is tough.
You guys.
This is tough.
His high school girlfriend? Please.
I mean, maybe they were together for like 8 years.
They were together for 3 years, from they were 15 to 18.
Never mind. Let's move on.
His high school girlfriend, you guys, when he was a child. Okay.
Come on.
His parents ask him constantly, what is Amy up to nowadays? Did you hear Amy did this and Amy did that? I saw his parents have a family photo on their mantle from 2017 of them, their other son, Kevin, and Amy. She wasn't even on the side in case she needed to be cropped out. They claim it's such a nice photo that they can't take it down. I don't want to be a controlling girlfriend and say he can't hang out with Amy anymore, but it's getting to the point where I feel like I'm second best to a girl he dated 4 years ago. I worry I'm just a placeholder until Amy and Kevin get back together, which I don't want to be because I know Kevin loves me, and I worry his family and friends loved Amy more. I know she was his first love and all, but I had a first love too, and I don't think Kevin has heard a mention of him throughout our relationship. Meanwhile, on his part, it's all Amy, Amy, Amy. I don't know what to do. Please be honest with me, Reddit. Any advice is appreciated, no matter how odd or judgmental.
Ooh, that's... Yeah, at the beginning of this, when it was just the friends, I was like, we gotta put an end to this. When I started realizing it was the family and how crazy the family is, I am not giving any professional advice here, and I am not telling OP what she should do.
Wait, I learned a good tip. If you're ever gonna give advice and you don't want it to be taken literally, like we're not telling you to do this, or if you're telling a story but you don't want to be like defamatory, you can always say in Minecraft or in The Sims. You can be like, if we were in Minecraft, you would do this.
Oh my God. Okay, well, if I personally was OP in this situation,
in Minecraft
or in The Sims, I would not continue to date Kevin. I'm not saying that you need to leave him because of his family or because of his friends or because of X, Y, and Z. I'm saying that I would realize how I feel in a situation where everyone just loves this other person so much and they are clearly not over them. And that's not healthy for me, Erin B's mindset.
Right.
Period.
I think if it was me, I have...
In The Sims.
In The Sims or in Minecraft. I think that sometimes people have this idea of what they think is going to last forever. And sometimes some people can be reasonable. And sometimes they just need like a slap across the face or a reality check to be like, oh, wait, you know what? You're right. That was a literal high school relationship. Like, come on. It's high school. Of course, in high school, everyone's going to say, we're going to be together forever. Yeah. Like, that is the very slim minority. People actually working out with the first person they ever dated when they were 15. So I think that it's possible that his friends and even his family may just have this weird thought in their mind of like, oh, what if that did work out? I think it's on Kevin to be like, Mom, look, let's be freaking for real. She's my high school girlfriend. This is my current girlfriend. We cannot be making these mistakes. Like, Mom, extended family members, you guys, be freaking for real. You need to call my girlfriend by her first name. You can't just be slipping up all the time. It's disrespectful. Not only is it disrespectful to her, it's disrespectful to me. Why are you pushing this random ass irrelevant relationship from 4 years ago, from childhood, onto me now? We're
not
all
even
adults.
that, but it's disrespectful to Kevin because your family and your friends are now not making it a point to get to know and love your significant other.
Exactly.
They're going out of their way to think of someone else's name.
Exactly.
Make it a point to get to know someone you love's person that they love.
Yeah, I think it's on Kevin. So I think if I was OP, I would say to my boyfriend, this really makes me uncomfortable. Have you noticed this? If he hasn't noticed it, I'm like, that's a problem in itself. So maybe we have that conversation over here. And we're like, well, how could you have not noticed this? It's a tad ridiculous if you haven't noticed it. but give him a chance. Like, we don't need to automatically break up with him because he hasn't, like, some people just, like I said, need a little reality check. It's okay to ask something of your partner. You know, ask your partner to stand up for you. That's okay. So I think go to him and be like, this is really making me uncomfortable. Have you noticed it? And if you have, can you please make an effort to be like, you guys, that was high school. Let's be freaking for real. We're adults. Right. And if it doesn't stop, I don't know what the next step is. Honestly, I feel like there's a lot of options for what the next step would be. One of the steps is Kevin chooses you over his friends. He gives the friends an ultimatum and he's like, this is my current relationship. It's so disrespectful that you guys are still bringing up high school. Like, if you continue, I just simply cannot hang out with you anymore. Yeah. So he could say that. Or maybe the friends listen to him and take his advice. And they're like, you know what? You're right. We will start respecting you. Yeah. Hopefully that's what's happening. But if everyone is disrespectful and this situation continues and I tried to talk to my boyfriend about it and time after time he didn't hear me out or didn't understand me and the behavior continued forever, I would probably dump this person in Minecraft.
Yeah, it's just a sticky situation. It's sad.
I think so too.
That's hard for anyone. The only reason I said originally that I would walk away is because that's just got to be hard on your mental health and like you have to deal with it. And I'm so tainted from all these crazy stories that we read where like the families never change and like whatever. So I'm just immediately like, I would run away. You can do whatever you want.
I think people do change, especially if people are respectful and positive. And it's you can change people's minds, especially in a situation like this where all you're asking of them is to respect you and your relationship. So I think talk to Kevin, your boyfriend, tell him that he needs to get his family and friends in line and go from there in Minecraft.
Yeah. Love a little chit chat.
To give background on why we're saying in Minecraft or like what we would do is because we spoke to a lawyer and they were like, never tell someone what they should do in every situation because then if they actually do it, could be your fault. I'm like, okay, you know what? That's true. So just keep in mind that most of the speech on this podcast is hyperbolic and dramatic, and it is for the sake of comedy and entertainment.
And nothing we say is professional advice. Exactly. Nothing we say should be taken literally. Nothing we say is our fault.
Yeah.
We're just here for
fun. Yeah, but then I heard the Minecraft thing. I was like, that is so funny. Because then in court, you're like, I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about a situation in The Sims.
Right.
Like in
I
Minecraft.
love The Sims.
I wasn't defaming that person. I wasn't speculating on their life. I was talking about a situation in Minecraft.
In my Sims game.
Yeah.
Kelly loves Minecraft. I love Sims. That's what we do in our free time.
Yeah, totally. I don't even know what Minecraft is. I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to start talking about Minecraft. Yeah. And all the situations on this podcast, they happen to me in Minecraft.
Facts.
Just kidding.
Minecraft.
Anyway, I like this episode.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
Yeah. It's so sad because some of it really isn't that deep and some of it is and some of it people made deep and it didn't have to be.
Yeah.
Aw.
I thought it was fun. Hopefully you guys agree with us because if you don't, you're stupid. Just kidding. We could. I hope you guys liked this episode. Yeah. It was so fun.
Yes.
I want to do part 2 of this. Yeah. I liked it.
Oh, I have one quick side story. You know how Kelly always ends every episode with, we love you, we appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one. I was at work yesterday or the day before maybe, and one of the surgeons was like leaving after seeing a patient who he, I guess, sees often, so he knows him well. And he's like, the surgeon said to the patient, well, we love you, we appreciate it. And as he was like saying it pretty slowly, and in my head I was like, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye. Could you imagine if the surgeon said that? We love you, appreciate you, see you in the next one. Bye. The patient would be like, next one.
The next one. Another time I have to come back.
Yeah. On that note, we love you, we appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.